Hello, everyone, and welcome to the KJL podcast channel. This is artist Kenneth J. Lewis Sr., and we're going to have some fun. I'm going to wait and see if we got some people coming on. I'm going to my and like kind of disconnecting a little bit, which I don't like, and trying to get this a little closer so you can kind of see everything I'm doing. Yeah, I'm missing this end right here, so I hate this little camera. It's supposed to be, it's too like loose. This one, all right, I think that's good right there. So let me see. All right, let me get off this camera over here. Let me get off of this camera. I'm gonna hide myself from this camera here. All right, this will give me a better idea. And I just have this one up here and adjusting the camera because I want you to get all of everything. So I'm gonna have to move back a little bit. I'm sorry I started the podcast and hadn't done the due diligence of adjusting this. I want you to be able to really see what I'm doing. All right, let me get out of the way here because it goes all the way over here. I think that'll do it. I think you can get everything there. Maybe go take a step a little further back. Yeah, that'll get everything right there. I think I'm gonna turn it like this so that it looks more straight up and down. Yes, I think I got it. So just gonna wait, see if we get some people coming on. And if anybody has any questions, I'm gonna get some music playing in the background here. Let's get this party started. I'm gonna unmute my mic if anybody has any questions. As you can see, I'm just moving around. This is the piece I was on the other day live in my Architectural Daydream series. Right now, again, the colors that I'm using, I'm mixing them back and forth with each other to maintain a harmony within the piece. So I probably can't duplicate most of these colors because I'm mixing them on the fly and I'm doing it pretty quickly. But this is looking so good. I like a little bit of that other color kind of around the edges, and I'm gonna let that dry. I'm doing some work over here on the sky on this section over here. So let me get my other brush to start working with that. I wish it was a little drier, but que sera, sera. So I'm hitting mostly the yellow first, and then I'm gonna start blending in a little bit of the orange. I'm changing the sky. I was doing something last time, so I decided to just completely change this area. I didn't like what I was doing when I finished the last time, so I knew I wanted to bring a little bit of fire though into the sky. So that's what you see happening here. Like this orange and yellow is kind of giving it this fiery effect. Mixing these two together. I hope you can see it on the as good as I have. I think I'm muted. I don't know if it's saying I'm muted. Am I muted? Let's see. Hey, let me know. Can you all hear me? Because I'm not sure if you can hear me. I've been talking. I'm not sure if anyone has been able to hear me. And I'm using acrylic paint, and the brand that I'm using. Let me know if you can hear me. Please, somebody send me a message. I'm not sure if you can hear me. No. Okay. Let me see right here. So I'm gonna mute this mic. You know what? Hold up. I think I have to unmute myself on this one. I'm on two different cameras. Let me see. Darn, I don't know what's going on. I hope you all can hear me. Let me see again. Can you hear me now? Let me see. Okay. All right. Good. Because I kept changing it. I didn't see it. I could have turned myself back off again. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you guys will send me a message in there if you can't hear me. But the brand that I'm using, it's called Art Teco brand, and it's like a heavy body paint, and it's got a lot of pigment in it, so it covers pretty good, and it dries relatively quickly. We hear you. Yes, yes, yes. How's everyone doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're going to have some fun. I got a couple of different angles here, and where you'll be able to see. Like you can see, I'm over here working on this one too. Look at this one over here. So there's two of them on the walls. So let me hide this back from the screen again. Okay. I heard somebody say YouTube can hear you. Hey, if anybody has any questions, I see what type of paint. Like I just showed you on here, Velma. Okay. So again, I'm going to keep checking over to the screen here, but I'm going to keep working. Again, I'm trying to put a little, it was kind of dull. The background to me, I want to put some more oomph in the sky. So it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be this dark. I'm going to come back over it with the yellow. So it's going to be a little bit of that Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm sorry. This area right here, it's not going to stay this as dark as it is. I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to come back over top with yellow again, and some of that will just peek through for what I'm trying to do over here. But with the excess paint that I had there, was perfect for this section that I'm working on over here. And so I pretty much don't waste a lot of paint because, you know, I'm moving around, and also I work on multiple pieces. There's not just that piece over there. There's 3 others over there, and I usually have about anywhere from 10 to 30 paintings at one side, depending on the size, in different spots that I'm working on. And I like to work in series. So I'm going to keep moving along. I hope you like my little, the beats I got playing there. I kind of felt like this was in my spirit to play something like this today. I'm going to let you guys walk with me all the way through this one. For those that were here at the beginning, you can see the progress. So now you can see I'm working on the buildings right now. And what I'm going to use is some oil pastel. And I'm going to put this in there because I like the effect and the texture that it has. So I'm going to put a little, I'm not going to use a whole lot, but I got to find the colors that I want. Kind of be strategic in what I want to do with them. I think there's a color I'm looking for that I don't see here. Hold on. This will do. That's some of it right there. You can see the effect that it has. And I think I'm going to, oh, I know just where I'm going to put it at. I think I'm going to come in here just lightly on the inside of all of these windows here with this. And, you know, for some nice effect, I'm not going to, like, you can fill them all in if you want to, but nah, just a little nicer if I just do some of them. Not all of them, leave some of them open. And it gives me the opportunity to do something like this too, when I step back away from it, because I just stepped back away from it, and then I saw something else I want to do with it. I'm going to go up, and in those spots that I left, I'm going to come with a little bit of a light green in there on those spots. See, I want it to come alive, the thing. If just putting just the one solid color in there, you know, it's just not the same as doing this. And I'm moving really fast. I'm not really thinking about what I'm putting on here. If I did, I would probably be here just moving like so slow, and I don't want to do that. I got a bunch of these I have to do. This exhibition is coming up, and part of the paintings will be here. There's over 50 of them. So I got to keep moving. Now I'm going to go back to some of my acrylic paint. And you notice if you notice, I'm going to keep jumping all over the place. Get a little black. Gradually starts to take shape. You do this first. Just gonna come across with this line. And then this architectural daydreams, I don't want every line to be so straight. I'm not using like a guide or anything. I'm probably swerving a little bit, but it's not supposed to. Although these lines, a lot of them look straight, they're kind of like, they're really not all that straight. I'm not shooting for perfection like that. This is a daydream. The series is called Architectural Daydreams. So this is from my imagination. I don't care what a building is supposed to look like or what the dimensions are supposed to be. I don't care. This is what I'm doing. Oh, and that music can push you really a really good groove doing this too. And you can see this paint, it carries a long way. Just a little bit I have on this brush. And again, these aren't, I'm not trying to make them all the same. This isn't what this is about. It's like, oh, it's got to be so perfect. I got to do that. Nah, this isn't what this is about. It's being loose. Loosey-goosey. I'm about to check in a couple seconds, see if there's any questions. As soon as I come down this side of this building here, being loosey-goosey, I don't even care if the spaces in between are not perfect, because they're not. They're not. I'm gonna just do this little thing. Why would I put that there? I don't know. Just felt like it. That's what happened. I just felt like doing this part right here. I don't even care. I don't even know why. But I just thought it needed it. Boom. That's gonna stay there. And then I'm gonna slide that straight across here. See, it's got a weird shape to it. But that's what Architectural Daydreams is. Doing stuff like weird. I'm glad you guys are here, because usually everything I'm saying right now I probably would be saying to myself if you guys weren't here. So painting is like a very lonely thing, because you're usually by yourself. Not everybody's gonna be sitting around there watching you paint, you know, just every day. They'd be like, ah, this is a lonely profession. People we want sometimes to come and they wanna paint with me, or they want to just hang out sometimes. Sometimes, doing that, I'd be productive, but then other times, I'm not as. I guess it depends on who's with me watching it. Or if they're participating, if they're painting something. You know, I have that at the studio. I have people to come here and they want to use the studio paint. That's available to people. All right, I'm just trying to get this done because I have to change the color of this whole building. This is just the foundation of what I'm doing right here. This has to glue. Let me see if I have any questions. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, bartender's daughter. Listen, also on my channel, I do art history, artist interviews. I have a couple more artist interviews coming up, and art history, like I said. And then I've been to a few galleries. I've shot footage. I'm still editing some of those videos to come on. If you can't make it out to a gallery or a museum, those videos will be available. I did a nice tour around and interviewed some staff at some of the places that I went to. So I'm editing those, and they'll be coming out soon. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to build it up. And also, running around, it's a lot of work doing this. I do it on my off time, basically. And if you feel like donating to the YouTube channel, you can see my Cash App up top. And because I want to keep bringing this content and making the channel better and better and better. I also have some, the art histories are great. I just did Henry O. Tanner. Man, what amazing. If you've seen that piece called The Banjo Lesson, and you know, you'll see the history behind that piece and kind of how it tied into a few things. And then the very last one I did, who did I do the last one? Okay, it's slipping my mind right now while I'm trying to paint and do this. But who did I do last time? Oh, Augusta Savage, the sculptor Augusta Savage, and her story is amazing. And the piece that she had at the World's Fair, it was called The Harp. It was a beautiful piece, but because she couldn't afford to move it or store it, they destroyed it after the fair. And there's only like pictures of it and everything, but it's beautiful. So check that episode out too. I'm gonna keep bringing you like artists that maybe a lot of people don't know about or they know a little bit about. So I have some more great episodes coming up on that. But anyway, let's keep moving with this. What I'm doing right here is just the start of something bigger than what's here right now. And so I'm going to keep moving here because I got to get this part done so I can move to another area. Again, and this is what happens midstream as I start doing something. It inspires me to do something else and go in another direction. So I don't hold on to anything. I'm not tied into any outcome with it. I'm just working on it, and then whatever happens, happens. Some things I get real intentional about, which is where I'm at right now. Like I know what I want to change this into, and so this is the beginning process of me changing this section into what I want to change it into, and you'll see in a little bit. But I need to let this black dry. And you notice how loosely I'm putting it on there. I'm not trying to, this has to be quick. It's the exercise in speed. All right, so you see how quickly I did that. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit right now. Now I'm gonna go down here on this road right here. As a matter of fact, still a little bit too wet to mess with that sky. So let's start working down in this area. Photo. All right, you guys like this area? You think I should work in here? Work on? You know what? I'm gonna keep work. I'm gonna work on the road some more. Do my next layer of that. Boop boop boop. Do 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 do. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna take the high road. So I'm finishing off like this section where this is going to be this funky sidewalk. And this is yellow ochre. I think I have here. Yep. And I'm not sure what I'm going to mix it with a little bit, but this is the yellow ochre. And I want to try to keep my brush just a tad bit wet because I want this to flow. Has to like flow and stay a little bit wet so I can come do my next thing I'm gonna do. Remember, you see how fast I'm moving. If you sit here and you start thinking too much, you'll get stuck and you'll be at one spot for a long time. And that because I'm being so intentional and it's just so easy for me to do this, just from me doing these. You know, this isn't the front, like I told you, there's 50 of these. They're all different sizes. So I've already developed like, you know, a good process for doing them. The only thing I'm doing different right now that I do, if you're not watching, is I will be working on all of these at the same time. So that's the only difference. This is a little different for me because I'm stuck with this one painting because I'm doing this presentation. If I had somebody here with a camera, then they could move it around and I could do that then. But right now, it just would be too much to try to move the camera and just would be too much. Now I mix just a little bit of white in there, right over the same, like at different spots. And I'm just doing quick strokes. I know you guys probably think, how is he going up and down, up and down? There's about 18, a foot and a half from the wall to this platform I'm standing on. Then when I step on it, I step down. So that's why I'm going up and down. I'm not like half squatting. I'll be looking on the second as soon as I finish this to see if there's any questions. Wow, that's starting to look really nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm just going to scribble over it a little bit with the end of just to put a few marks in it. Again, I don't want it to be so pristine. Take some of that same color and come up here. I take the colors all the way across. If I put a color on the palette, I pretty much use the color up and I maneuver around. And when I'm doing more than one painting, it gives me that ability to do that a lot easier than if you're just on one. So I got to be careful about how much paint I'm putting out, because I don't want to just sit here and waste it. It gets, or try to have to worry about storing it, you know, wrapping everything. I just want to be done. Yeah. This window, I can't be too tight with it. I don't want to be too tight with it. I felt myself getting tight with that window. I was about to start like trying to, let me do it so pretty. Let me see if we got any more messages. Nope. All right. Notice there's little bits and spots where the other paint was that are just showing right through there. That's intentional up at the top too. I use some of the lighter color to just come down here. I'm not worrying about shadows. I'm not worrying about where the sunlight is coming in. This isn't that type of painting. This is a daydream. So it's whatever you want it to be. It's not, I'm not trying to be like, I'm not going to be tight at all. Now I can come back up top here, but I got to get a different brush. Where's the brush I want? I had my whole thing of brushes here and I just moved it. Hold on a second. Okay, Kenny, where did you put the brush? Is it in here? All right, I'm gonna have to use this one. For the sake of not stopping. This isn't the brush I wanted. I'm gonna try to do what I was gonna do with this one, but it's a lot different than the one I want. But I don't want to pull away to go look for it. Just does the edge a lot different. But I'll use another brush. I Went over that a little bit, but I don't care. I just need to get this white on here really quick. See, I didn't get stuck on that. I didn't say, oh, I got to keep that there. No, I just wasn't feeling it there as I stepped back and did a couple of other things. I just wasn't feeling this color right here. I had to change it. And this is the first or the second step in changing it. This white isn't going to be the final color. I'm just putting it down almost like a primer because of the color I want to put on here next. I'm doing it almost like it's a primer. It'll make it a lot easier to transition to the next color. That's going to go on here, so that's why I'm not even worried about what I'm doing. And these windows are going to stay loose anyway. The white will be fine. I don't even care if this gray's mixing in with this, because again, I'm coming over this. The black mixed this and made it a little gray. I don't care, because this is the final color at all. As a matter of fact, I want to get rid of all of this. I don't even want to have those windows there. I'm going to completely change this. I had another thought again, to take those windows away. You're seeing in real time me making a serious transition on something. I'm going to keep these pieces I collaged on here. I like them. So I'm working around that. That's what I'm working around. See, I just changed complete course. As soon as it hits me and says, do this, I do it. I listen to my spirit. I don't even question that I needed to just change this right now and go even further than the original plan. That's trusting just the movement and the flow of what you're doing, and not caring that, oh, I want to keep that. Okay, so now let's get back up to this sky. I hope this is dry enough. Let's see. I'm gonna see if it's dry enough to do what I want to do. I don't want that orange to mix too much with this yellow. So that orange has to kind of be really, I don't care if it's just slightly dry and get a little bit, but because it'll dominate this yellow too much. I don't want to do that. So far, so good. I can just see peaks of it coming through, which is what I wanted to do. I only want like little peaks of it to come through. I want this sky to have like a little bit more personality. So it's getting it. Got personality, huh? Remember that song, Personality? Go, personality, talk, personality. You talk about, I forgot the words to it, but y'all remember what it is. And that I have this yellow here. You'll see the next phase. I'll come down at the bottom of this. Wow. I hope it looks as good as what I'm seeing like here on, the camera gives it the same effect. Oh my God, that looks so nice right over there. Yeah, we get personality. Hope y'all can see pretty good on here. Wow, that's some fire. 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 Boom, 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 boom. And the thing about the acrylic paint, it's the way it dries. It like looks like this now, but I'm looking for the effect that it has when it's dry. Right now it's just on here, it's still kind of wet, but that dry look, that's what I'm looking for. And all I'm gonna do now, because I want to carry that orange, so I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit of that orange, put it here, put a little here, put a little here, maybe a little here. And I'm gonna bring that across, but I don't want it to be so dominant. And I left what I had on my brush, but I do want to, because you can see these brush strokes in the sky. Oh man, I just hit that black. I forgot I had that black up there. I shouldn't. I gotta get that off of there because it's gonna slow me down. So, always have some paper towels around. Oh man, I gotta be careful right by this side. I forgot that darn black. Gotta clean this brush out too. While I'm doing that, I see we have another question, I think. Let's see here. I want to live in the city. Who said that? All right, hold up. Bartender's daughter. I want to live in the city. And then Velma. Love this music. Is it an album? It's like a beat from it's like African beats. I can't remember the name of the thing, but I can send it to you. There's a bunch of other songs on there, but I kind of picked this one and let it loop. And then we have what size is the painting? It's 4 feet by 8 feet. There's 5 of those that I'm doing in total in the series. They're 4 feet by 8 feet. Again, I'll give you a little peek at the other one over here. You can see. Oh, let me get back to this. Messing up, hitting with that black paint. Forgot I had this to go. I gotta blend up before this. See how quick that was about to start drying. But I just want, just a little bit of it here. And the same thing here. This yellow is a little bit more. I had watered down. It was almost like a wash, that yellow that I have on there right now. And now I'm coming over with just a little bit of a stronger yellow on top. So all three, there's like multiple colors. You can see it in there. Again, you may not be able to see it. And this side right here, when that dries, I'm going to hit it with yellow one more time because I'm going to take that down just another notch. And this right here, I only want to take it but so far over here. I don't want to mess around. There's not going to be a huge difference from here to there. It is right now. And then I want to get kind of around this building here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to... when I get finished with this over here with the last bit of yellow right around this crazy plant I'm making over here, I'm gonna use the gel press plate and I'm gonna do an impression on here, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. And I think I'm gonna use the impression to make, I need to make something like real whimsical on here, and I don't think I want to put it here. I don't know. It's a lot going on here, you see. So it's a lot less going on over here, which is fine, like within the buildings. But then I got more right here. Decisions. But anyway, this, I wanted to give you an example that I got to let all that go. Because look what happened. That's a perfect example. And I got to remind myself all the time, probably like you or maybe some other artist, you start like saying, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? And look what happened to me. And when I started doing that, I was standing there. I stopped moving. Anything that's stagnant and stationary, that's a degenerative form. That's why spring water is so well, it's moving. Water that sits still, it gets bacteria, disease. That's what I started to do. I stood there, and then my head started moving. My brain started saying stuff to me. And then that's why you can't be listening to all that chatter in your mind. You gotta let that junk go. You got to let it go. Because your mind will have you thinking all kind of crazy stuff. That person don't like me. I don't like that person. Oh my God. Am I going to win this? Oh my God. I can't, is this going to happen? All kind of crazy stuff. Driving yourself crazy. I'm so glad I catch myself a lot of times when I start doing that, because I started to do it. Who cares what I'm going to do next? Just do it. Just do it. That's like Nike. Just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. So I mixed this to get started with my grass. I'm going to have this grass kind of coming up over this way on that side there. That's the beginning of it. I already got what I'm doing over here, but I think I'm going to extend. Just let this go up a little bit right here. So it's going to be that there. It's going to go into that there. Bam! So I just added those. And remember, now I got the rest of this in here. I'm going to mix a little white in the air. I had an actual green, and I mixed it with some yellow. And now I just mixed it with some white. But when I was going across here, a little bit of that burnt sienna got in there, but not a whole lot. But I can see that it has a slight effect. But they're all colors that I have in the painting. So look how that looks. Look how beautiful that color looks. And it's from a tiny bit of one of the colors and two of the others that are already in the painting. So it's got to blend in. It becomes harmonious. And it's so pretty. Oh man, but I like this here. No, let me not mess with that. I like the teal here. Let me see this. I have some here. So I'm going to take that same color I just had, and I'm adding white to it. I don't want it to get too light, which is what it did. So I need to add a little bit of green, a dab. Add that in there. I want to get it close to that color that's already on here. So with that little bit of white in there, now it's going to brighten it up just a little bit. Yes. Wow. Yeah, I'm liking this color here. So I'm going to get a smaller brush. And I'm like emptying this brush out, and it's letting some of the other color peek through while I'm emptying this out. Bam, when that dries, that is going to look so freaking pretty. And then just to give some more excitement to it, I just take my marker and just scratch some of that other color back in there. Just like that. Just a couple little marks. Let me see if I have another question. Lovely. Thank you. Hey, bartender's daughter, why do you want to live in the city? I want to live in the city. Where do you live at? Do you live in a rural area or whatever? I'm going to take some of that same color and I'm put it right over here. Look. Blends right there. Just amazing. All right, then I had this collage piece here and this vase I was painting here. So now I'm coming back and I'm going to work down here a little bit. And I think I'm done with this here. You know what? I'm going to take one more swipe at this. It's going to take a little bit. You said Chicago. What's happening, Chicago? What's happening, Chicago? That's what I'm talking about. Chicago in the house. Ain't Chicago the big city though, too? See, I just came right over top of that with this. Bam! I don't want to get attached to nothing that I'm doing on here. Bam. Wow, that just does it a nice look to it. That same color I'm putting here. This the skinniest front door you're ever going to see in your life. I think I want to bring it up a little bit higher. Beautiful. That's going to be a beautiful front door. So what I am going to do too is start the beginning of something, putting people inside of this thing at some strategic locations. But let me see. Bartender Jones says, I want to step into your painting and move into the, let me see, green building in the daydream. That's funny. And then the biggest, I guess the biggest city. All right, let's see here. Okay, I got that going here. What was I getting ready to do? I lost track of what I was getting ready to do real quick. It was just something I just saw and I lost it. But anyway. It's just dry right here. All right, cool. That's dry enough right there. I gotta find my other brush. Hold on a second. I found it. It was all the way in the front because I was working on some paintings in another area earlier today, and this is my even section in the back here. So found my brush. Let's rain some water. All right. See what I had to bring here? I love this brush, and again this paint, because it goes a long way. It's real good pigment. It covers so good, especially if I come over top with a little bit of white. I'm in underneath with some white or some gesso. White paint or gesso goes on super good. And this brush picks up a lot of paint too. I'll get a smaller brush, cut that area then. See, this is where I knew I had to go. So you see, I started the process to get it here. And this was the quickest way for me to do it. Come over that stuff with a little tiny bit of white. Some of that black just mixed with this blue, but that's okay. And you notice there's some paint that dripped off of here. When you look at all of them, like that blue, I'm letting that stay there, that dripped. I'm not gonna take it off. I'm gonna just let it stay there, because I'm actually gonna throw some paint on here at one point. You know, like this. See what I just did there? That's in the painting. See, I'm gonna leave that right there. This is a daydream, an architectural daydream. So that can go there. It can go there. And it fits. Anything I put there fits, because it's a daydream. This building can be like that, because I said so, and I'm doing it. Boom. Can't make me change my mind. Why would you want to anyway? So, Oh, that blue is looking super good on there. So let me just move to the next phase. Take me to the next phase, baby. Take me. All right, so let's get some of that grass I'm gonna work with over here. Put this in the water. I'm gonna come back to this blue. Where's my brush I'm looking about? There was a couple brushes over here I ain't even see. Here it is right here. So now we're gonna come down here and start mixing in. That's where this thing comes in down at the bottom. But I don't know if you can see me. I don't think you can see me. Well, I'm way down here. All right, so I'm gonna sit up. I don't want to be where you can't see me. And I don't know if you can see the bottom of this as I'm working on it. Let me see. Let me tilt it a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So I think I can see you. Yes, right here. So, or you can see me rather. So you can see I'm just putting little dabs. And it's almost like teal. I wanted it to be a little bit more greenish, so I got to put a little bit more yellow in here. I have it a little bit too teal looking. I already have the black here. And this, you'll see how I'm going to build this whole area up down here. And I'm taking pretty much almost the same stroke, some little bit more pressure, some less. Some are going on more solid. They're basically all, they're just filling in. We're getting rid of some of that black here. I don't want to say getting rid of it. We just livening it up a little bit. And we're going to keep livening it up. There's going to be multiple things happening down here too. So you see, as we do this, when you see sometimes the cost of a painting, a person may not realize how much time and effort goes into doing this. So that's one of the things I like about being able to share with you, is so you can see like the time, the physicality that has to go into doing this type of stuff. Whether you like my style of art or like my art or don't, but it's just for all artists. I'm saying this is like, you know, there's a lot of effort that goes into doing this, especially if you're painting on a large scale, but even on smaller scales, it's your time, you're moving your arm. I'm going to be starting boxing training soon. I dislocated my shoulder, and the boxing gym, I'm trading off a pitcher for their gym for a year of boxing training. So I'm doing one big thing. So I'm gonna be, your boy gonna get buff. Caught a couple of the young boys over there. They like saying, they call me OG, and they be like, you know, oh man, we're gonna they want me to spar with them. I told them I'm gonna bring a bat into the ring. Y'all over there trying to fight for real and trying to make careers out of this. I'm going over there to get in shape, in better shape, because I ain't completely out of shape. But I was down when for that dislocated shoulder. It was 14 months. It took me 7 months to be able to touch my head. That's how bad it was. I'm going to turn around and see if there's any messages. Again, I just want to finish this spot down here. I'm looking there. Eventually, I'll get a moderator. So when I'm doing these, the moderator could be on with us and talking, and can be looking at some of the messages to share with me. But it's a part about growing. That's why I said, keep. Right now, I'm not at the point where I can afford that person. So I'm still early stages in this podcast, and I need for it to grow some more. And then I definitely will be adding a moderator. And people like saying, "Oh, you should get somebody to volunteer." I think when you pay, the person pays attention. If you ain't paying, they may not pay attention. But if you pay, they pay attention. Okay. Wow. See how that's livening that up some. There's more that's going to happen down here, but this is the next layer of what's going on down there. Looking for questions. Let me see. What does it say? Gotta go to bed now. Work in the morning. Take care, Kenna. Your work is wonderful. Thank you so much. I know it's kind of late. This is one of those late night ones. I have probably gonna work on it a little bit more. I'm gonna be taking it down myself. But thanks for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe as well. All right. Talk to you later. Malibu Kim, what's up? What's up, Kenny? I know, don't it? They super nice. And I got the other one over here. I was showing people, like you can see the other side. Yeah. But yeah, it's coming out good. That's too wet, so I can't really mess with the sky too much or this blue, so I'll start focusing on this area right here. Remember I told you I like to use the oil pastels as well, so what I'm gonna do is take that and I'm gonna give some life to these windows down here with this oil pastel. As a matter of fact, give me a second. I just got to find the right color for this. I think I got it. Remember, I'm trying to add some life to it. So you see how this oil pastel is going. It's almost like doing crayon. And if I took a little bit of mineral spirits or linseed oil, then it would smooth it out. It's like, you know, but I don't want to do that. I'm just putting it on here purposely. It's kind of rough looking on here, and I like the look of it. You really can't tell, and you can see the color that was underneath it is showing there too. And I know what I'm going to do here is have a couple. See, this piece is breaking off. That's the one thing. Sometimes I press them so hard. And I should have gloves on because I'm sticking all of my fingers. But then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start the beginning of my windows down here. And then I'm gonna go to you'll see you know, the next step I'm gonna do from here. See how it's like really bringing this out, just putting those colors in there right here. Then I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to run it straight across here. these, some abstracted gutters. But this isn't going to be the end of that right there. And you're like, where is the front door? It's around the other side. That's where it's at. And then right here, I'm just going to put one big window down here. All right, so I got that part done. All the stuff on my darn fingers. And then I'm taking a brown pencil brown colored pencil. And again, I don't want it to be so straight. This can't be completely straight. And it can have 4 here, 3 here, but I don't want it to be straight. Remember, this has to stay loose. Then I got the other beginnings of the windows here. Notice how quickly I'm doing it. I'm not trying to make these perfect. I'm just moving super fast to do all of these. Get these in here. There's a method to the madness all the time. Start some shutters up there. This is the start of something here. So again, you see I did almost the same process I did with this over here. I lighten this up a little bit. It's not going to be the final color, but my shutters, this is the start of the shutters that I'm going to have on this house here. Now that I got this part done, I can start to do my next part. So I'm going to use the gel press plate. I didn't clean it off last time. I'm going to flip it over, but this is the gel press plate. And I think I had red. I'm going to do something a little different color. So I'll show you in a second what I'm doing. So I'm mixing a little bit of black and crimson. And I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow, orange in it too. And I'm gonna mix this up on a gel press plate and I'll show you what it looks like. What I'm doing is, I have a brayer, which is this thing, and I'm rolling it on here. And it's mixing the colors, and I got them all mixed up. Set this over here. I'm gonna take this little impression thing that I created, and you put it on there, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the paint to finish designing this building here. I hope it presses on the way I want it to, yes. It's doing it. Do you see what I'm doing? Roll it some more. You can even roll it on here, like I just rolled this right on here, right from the brayer to clean it off. And I don't care if it gets on the windows, because I can paint right over that. If it overflows a little bit, you know, I'm not too concerned about that. Move a little faster. I'm gonna come back to these windows. This isn't the final color. That green was gonna be in there anyway. Oh, it didn't make this building come out nice. Wow. Wow, it's looking beautiful. Wow, isn't that looking nice? Now to get it, because I'm going to change that window, start that process. I need this gray in here because the color I come on top of this, I decided to completely get rid of that green. Well, I'll let a little pull through like that, just a little on the edges. But this is to start the rest of the building. The doorway will be here. Architectural daydreams. This is a dream world you're looking at. A dream world. Just imagine, there's over 50 of these, all different shapes and sizes. Man. See if we have any more questions come up. We got Velma, good night. Enjoy this session. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. All right, I'm starting to lose some people. But I just had to get where I'm at on this painting. But remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, This is taking too long to dry. I got spots I want to work on. They're just taking too long. Sometimes you just can't force the painting. You cannot force it. You have to go with what it's giving you. You can't just say, I want to do what I want to do. Everything I want to mess with now is still too wet. The blue is too wet. That's too wet. So normally, like I said, I would be working on more than one piece at a time. So I would be over there working on others while I'm working this one, and while I'm waiting for this one to dry. So being that I got the paint on, I got a little momentum going, and I do want to hit some of those over there too. Again, if I had a moderator here or somebody that was working the camera, they can move all around like that with me. But unfortunately, I don't have that situation. Oh, but I know one thing I want to do. Oh, I almost forgot the last thing I want to do with this section over here. That same colors I have, I'm using a gel paste print, and I'm going to use an impression because my things I'm going to have, I'm going to paint around this. So I got my sheet ready, and this has to go here. Bam. Bam. Now wait till when I cut around that. I really only want these circles. So this will be good. This can dry overnight, and I could work on this area because I definitely can't work on it now. I have to wait till tomorrow. But this is a part of that, what I'm going to be doing up in this area right here. And you'll see tomorrow how I'm going to change that around. All of that is going to flow like into most likely a little plant or something. So I'm going to put a little bit more right here. Boom. So when that dries, let me throw this in the water. I'll show you the next step I'm going to do with that, because it's going to take up that area over there. What I'm going to do, it's going to go all the way down to the ground there. Just let you know that's going to change. So every area I'm working on right now, there's nothing else I want to mess with because everything I want to do is wet. I just put that down there. I need for that to dry. You know what? There is one more thing I can do. And I'm going to do it right now. That kept glaring at me. I don't know why I didn't see what I'm about to do. Not going to walk around. Boom. Wow, coming out nice. Cool beans. All right. I think we're gonna have to call it this camera over here on my computer. It's not as good as the my phone camera, so the picture isn't as clear, and it actually is a little slower as well. So what we're gonna do here now is, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let me see if I got I was trying to see if I had a private chat in here. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay. So, I don't know why my thing is doing this. I got to do this with my hand. Yeah, that's why I'm messing around with this darn laptop. This thing is so slow. And then it just shifted the size on me. That's crazy. Come on, thing. Why? How did that get so small like that? But anyway, I want to just thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. And until next time. Thanks for tuning in to the KJL podcast channel. I'm artist Kenneth J. Lewis Sr., and I truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, keep creating, keep dreaming, and let your imagination lead the way. Until next time, take care.